This is the iPhone 16 and this is the OnePlus 12. And I want to talk about my thoughts, opinions, and experience of using both of these devices, starting things off with design. So the iPhone 16, it has a smaller 6.1-inch display. It's a very bright display too. It gets pretty bright at 2000 nits, but it's 60 hertz. So it's not a promotion rate display. But when it comes to the OnePlus 12, it's got a 6.82-inch QHD plus LTPO 120 hertz display. So it obviously already has a much better display. It gets super bright, but it does have curved screen. So if that's something you don't like, then obviously you want to go for something with a flat display, but it has a curved display. I personally don't prefer it too much, and I hope with OnePlus 13 they make it a flat display where you will see. It also does have rounded corners, but the iPhone feels just a little bit better and easier to hold in the hand. It's better for one-handed use, but with just this display, because I think display is the most important part of a phone, and you're getting a superb quality with the OnePlus 12. Now, obviously, each phone has their own unique design. I mean, when you look at it, you know which one's an iPhone, you know which one's a OnePlus. They both have beautiful colors. I love how I chose the ultramarine with the iPhone 16 and this emerald green with the OnePlus 12. Superb colors in my opinion. So this design kind of does come down to preference, which one you would want, but do keep in mind that the iPhone 16 has a 60 hertz display. And that's a whole different, it's like a controversial topic. Why it doesn't matter that iPhone 16 has it? Well, here's the thing. A lot of its competitors at the same price tag have 120 hertz. There are other phones with a less price tag that have 120 hertz. Yes, the quality may not be the exact same that we get with like a ProMotion on the iPhone type of 120 hertz, but it's still there. So we'd like to see it here, and rumors indicate iPhone 17, but nonetheless, we have a better refresh rate. And in my opinion, we have a better display with the OnePlus 12. When it comes down to performance, they both do perform like a champ, but it's either, you choose iOS or you choose Android. Do keep in mind with iPhones, we're probably going to get like 5-6 years of software updates. With the OnePlus 12, we're going to get 4 years of software updates. Now this goes up to 16 gigs of RAM and half a terabyte of storage. There is a model with 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, buttery smooth. Everything I've thrown at it, from playing games, browsing the web, watching lots of YouTube videos, emailing, calling, texting, it's had no issues. Calling on both of these, call quality has been great from both ends, from my end and from the person that I'm calling on their end. They can hear me loud and clear. I can hear them loud and clear, so it's been no issues. Also, it does depend on which carrier you use. I do use Mint Mobile, and both have been great. The iPhone 16 A18, so it made a huge jump from its predecessor, Apple's A16 chipset. So they didn't really come out with an A17, they just had A17 Pro, but A18 has been awesome as well. It doesn't ship with Apple Intelligence, which, they touted. iPhone 16 was built from the ground up for Apple Intelligence, but they didn't release it yet. But everything else about the software has been great. I mean, I've noticed no issues or hiccups whatsoever in the software department for either of them. Some users report some technical bugs in there, but at least in my case, I haven't seen anything, so I'm not going to report any issues for either one. So that's a plus. And again, this one does come down to preference because they're both powerful and both great in the performance. They're easily going to tackle everything you throw at it. Whether you're a heavy user or a light user, it just comes down to, do you want to choose iOS or do you want to choose Android? Then you make your choice right here. The cameras, however, here's where things get a little bit different with the cameras and my thoughts. While I've used both of them, they're both great. The iPhone 16 comes equipped with a dual camera setup, a 40 megapixel Fusion camera and a 12 megapixel 12 megapixel ultra wide camera setup. And video also has been great with the iPhone 16. When it comes to OnePlus 12, a triple camera setup, 50 megapixel wide, 64 megapixel periscope telephoto 3x optical zoom. It has a telephoto and the iPhone 16 doesn't. And then the 48 megapixel ultra wide. Here's what I gotta say. The photo results on both are great with the OnePlus 12 and the iPhone 16. But when it comes to video, I think iPhone 16 does come out on top. And also for photos, I think if it's point and shoot, you're gonna wanna go with the iPhone 16. And if you want consistency between photos and videos, again, you're gonna go with the iPhone 16. I just feel like every single year, OnePlus does a great job in every single department, but when it comes to cameras, they're always looking to cut corners. And it does make sense because of the pricing, which we're going to talk about in a moment. It does make sense. You can't put flagship cameras and also kind of have it at a lower price if you have the same like flagship level camera quality as its competitors like S24 Ultra and Pixel 9 Pro XL type of thing. So I would personally choose the iPhone 16, but if you just do want a telephoto lens, then you're going to go with the OnePlus 12. When it comes to the battery, this one is a easy winner. It's going to be the OnePlus 12. 5,400 milliamp hour battery, 80 watts of Super VOOC charging, 50 watts wireless charging. You just have to make sure you have that like Super VOOC wireless charger to get that full 50 watts of wireless charging, and it charges to about 100% in less than 30 minutes. So I don't need to worry about the battery life during the day. I don't need to worry about charging at all. The iPhone 16 also does perform really well. Now, Apple doesn't really disclose the battery capacity. I think there is teardowns, and it has a larger battery. It's in the 3000s. It has a larger battery capacity than the 15. And it gets 25 watts of MagSafe charging, so that's a good plus. And I think it caps out like 37 watts. Rumors did indicate 45 watts, but I guess that was debunked, and tests show that it caps at 37 watts, which is better than its predecessor, but still not at 80 watts, 45, 65, 67 watts of fast charging. So if you want a phone with better battery life and endurance and charging speeds, you're gonna obviously go with the OnePlus 12. Now the pricing on both of them are the same, kind of. Here in the US, if you pick up an unlocked iPhone 16 directly from Apple, it's $829. So you're paying an extra $29, $30. But if you get a carrier, it's $799. OnePlus 12 starts at $799 for its base model. I believe that one does come with 12 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. And if you want to get 16 gigs of RAM, half a terabyte, you go with the $899 price tag. That's not bad. For an extra $100, you're getting more RAM and more storage. And here's what I have to say about the OnePlus 12. I feel like you're paying for a premium phone at a great price, especially when compared to other devices that carry same specs and are priced higher, like the Galaxy S24 Ultra, like the Pixel 9 Pro XL. And even when you compare it to the iPhone 16, and iPhone 16, in my opinion, is like 85–90% what the Pros have to offer. But when you look at them side by side, these two devices, I feel like OnePlus 12 has to offer more. It has a better battery. It has a better display, in my opinion. Just the only downside is I believe in the camera category, it just doesn't perform as well as the iPhone 16, in my opinion. But every other category, it kind of beats the iPhone 16. So I personally would choose the OnePlus 12 over the iPhone 16. That does not mean that the iPhone 16 is a bad phone. This goes for every single video I make of like these types of videos. Just because I personally choose one doesn't mean the other one is bad. Everyone can have their own preference. Everyone can choose which phone they would like, but I just wanted to put it out there and share with you guys what I think about both of these devices. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Definitely be sure to check out my latest wallpaper pack. I'll be leaving a link in the description down below. It really does go a long way in helping out the channel. And also definitely be sure to superman that like button, comment down below, and best of all, share this video because it really does help out the channel out a lot and will help push my content out to more people. That's been it for me. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.